Good evening, everyone. So I know Carlos talked about mindset last night, and I'm going to talk about another aspect of mindset tonight. So you're probably asking yourself, like, why are we talking so much about mindset, right? Well, eh, we had a meeting last week and determined and talked about like what is the thing that we think is the biggest struggle in this business and any business. And, we all believe it's mindset, and we believe mindset is everything in everything that we do. And without understanding your mindset or being able to control it, you're never, ever going to reach the heights of success you desire. Like, mindset is absolutely everything. Like, even when you go into a marriage, when you go into a friendship, a partnership, a relationship, it doesn't matter. Like, it's got to start with the right mindset. And we could start with the right mindset and have great intentions and be really excited about something. And then we get hit in the face and it doesn't go like we thought, or it's not going as fast because we're a society of these immediate results. And if something doesn't happen as fast as we think it should happen, it's not going to work. These iPhones, I used to think Steve Jobs changed the world in this massive, great way, especially when I was in business and I had a computer in my fingertips and I had quick access to be able to do things. But I think what a cell phone has done for us is also crippled us into the thinking that things are like this and everything is like this, right? It wasn't that way 20, 25 years ago. Things didn't happen this fast. And these phones have made things happen a lot faster. But I think what it's done is it's crippled us. So we decided to start May with mindset. And we want May to be all about mindset. We want this to be the month that you totally focus on you and focus on your mind so that you can focus on the business. So I want to challenge you to take May, and I want you to take every day in May and work on your mindset and think about what can you change? What's held you back? Work on your negative thoughts. Work on that negative voice in your head, that record that plays over and over and over, those negative thoughts when you wake up in the morning, through the middle of the day, whenever it is. We all have them. Listen, I have them too, and I got to battle them every single morning that I wake up because they're there from the past, from people putting things in your head, whatever it is. But you got to get control of it. And it takes work, my friends. But the work that you put into this in May is going to create a habit for you. And what I want to do is create a habit of controlling your mind and putting positive thoughts in there. But the work that you're going to put in, I promise you, what it's going to do is it's going to make it special. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to put in the chat a one, and I'm going to put one in the chat. If you have to deal with any negativity when it comes to the business sometimes. So put a one in the chat if you have any negativity that you have to deal with in the business. And what I mean by that is, oh, that's crap. Oh, that doesn't work. Oh, that's too expensive. Oh, like all the stuff that we get, right? We can all put ones in the chat because it happens every single day in our business. If it's not, I need to have you speak tonight and tell me what you're doing to not have any negativity because I've been talking to a lot of people. If you don't get negativity, you're not talking to enough people. Okay? So I want you guys to put a two in the chat and I want your engagement. All right. I want to engage with you guys tonight. I'm going to let you guys ask me questions. It's going to be an engaging conversation. I want you guys to put a two in the chat if you feel like there are daily challenges that come along with this business, right? I'm gonna put like 10 twos in my chat, okay? Daily challenges that come up in our business every single day. Hurdles, things that, we hold us back from talking to people or, being able to do what we need to do in this business, right? So we're going to address both of these tonight. That's what this is all about. All of this is around mindset and addressing these problems. So also, if you guys are having some challenges, what I want you to do, you can go ahead. I want you to pay attention to what I'm saying, but I want you to write some of them in the chat and let's address some of them tonight. Let me coach you on how to get through them. Because, guys, I've been in so many different types of businesses and I've had so many different types of challenges in my life. You know, I mean, challenges in marriage, challenges with kids, challenges with just life in general. But that's life. And I want to help you mentally overcome those, because what those can do to you is they can cripple you and they can put bad things into your mind to make you think things that aren't true. So I want to hear them so I can coach you guys through them, because understand, like, when you guys start a business, right? When you decided to do this business, you became an entrepreneur. And I told all of you that we would be here to coach you. We'd be here to help you. We'd be here to help you through that. That's what you get with being with us, is you get that aspect of this. And that's what we're here to help you guys with. Right. And so I want to hear those things, but I want to give you a little coaching now on how to handle those things. And then I want to hear some specific details. Okay. So let's be honest, right? I love to be honest. This business is not for the faint of heart. Matter of fact, there's no business that's for the faint of heart, because business is like this. But what we want business to look like, we want business to look like this. And when business doesn't look like this, we usually just give up. It becomes too hard. You know, I'm reminded of, I've had the flu for the last 5 days. And my last 5 days have been like this, most like this. And then I would come up, I think I'm feeling better. I think I'm feeling better. And then boom, down again. And you know what? That's business. And feeling bad for 5 days, for me, is just a reminder of how amazing it is to feel good. And it's the same thing in business. When you're doing really well in business, we don't celebrate sometimes. We're not appreciative sometimes. And then when we go down in business, we let it take us down and we don't remember when we were here. So business is like this, you guys. Life is like this. If it was always like this, we wouldn't have an appreciation for our life. So it is not for the faint of heart. If you're on this Zoom right now, you guys, it's because you have chosen a path that's different than everyone else. It's because you want to be a 1%er or a 3%er. Because this business is not easy. Having a business is not easy. Dealing with people is not easy. Dealing with negativity is not easy. But you have chosen to do that because you're not clocking in. You're not collecting a paycheck. You're not playing it safe. You have chosen freedom. That's what you have chosen. But with freedom is going to come friction. Think about all the wars. All the wars the United States of America, all the wars all the countries in the world have trying to fight for their freedom, it's caused friction. When you want freedom in your life, it's going to cause some friction. And negativity isn't a matter of when. Negativity is coming. It's a matter of how often it's going to come. And most importantly, guys, negativity isn't something that's personal. It's just predictable. Negativity has nothing to do with you. It's just a predictable thing because it's where the other 97% of the population lives most of the time. They don't have the ability to be in a business where people are saying different things to them. They're listening to the news. They're watching all the negativity on social media. They're listening to all the negativity coming into their mind because that's who they're surrounding themselves with. So that's what I want you guys to think about when you hear that negativity. How can I push it out? If it's somebody talking negative about the company, the business, the patch, it doesn't work. All the things that we hear online or from doctors or people that are uneducated, like, push it out because we know. So I want to break this down for you guys. Negativity happens in this business for 3 reasons, I believe. You or the company will become a target when you rise or if you start to rise. I promise you. I was in the insurance industry. I was in a bunch of different industries. I was successful in a lot of industries because I go all in on things. And when you're on the top, you're a target. I promise you. When you're not on top, you're loved. When you're on top, you're not loved anymore because people are going to find a reason that you're cheating or you're doing something because you can't be that good. Because when you're doing well, people don't clap. You think your family's gonna be like, oh yeah, my daughter's doing amazing, or my son's doing amazing. You would think so, right? My sister's doing amazing. They want to root you on. But what happens is a lot of people get uncomfortable. Now I'm going to tell you right now, my daughters, I want them to be 1000% more successful than me. I cannot wait. My daughter all the time when we practice golf, it's like, I am going to beat you, Poppy. And I'm like, I cannot wait for the day for you to beat me. That is going to be the biggest celebration. I don't know what I'm going to buy her, but I'm going to buy her something really special. But for some reason, most people get comfortable when you became ultra successful. Why? And it's because your success reminds them of their lack of inaction or their lack of success. It's a weird thing. But you can't let that affect you. Number two, you're disrupting a system, especially when it comes to health and wellness. People in the medical field see this movement that we're on, our movement, as a threat. And when people see something as a threat, the first thing they do is start to talk crap about it. Because when people take control of their wellness, guess what? They stop relying on the medical system. You're not competing with medicine. You're giving people options. And that is very powerful. That's what you have to remember. When people try to debunk what we do, when you're only using your own body's resources, and we know the testimonials that we've heard. Today, I heard another one, a guy that I was on a call that he brought his son into the business because he's been in a wheelchair with Parkinson's for 5 years. Someone passed him out of softball field and he got up and walked. You can't deny that. This patch is helping people. And so if there's negativity out there, you need to have the conviction to say, listen, you don't know what you're talking about. The number 3 reason is you're triggering other people's limitations. Some people project their doubts, fears, and limits onto you because they've never seen someone rewrite the rules in real time. Be the first to rewrite the rules. Be the first to stand up. Let's be the first to do it. Because it's just going to make them more uncomfortable. And I'm okay with it. They don't get to take away what you know. The thousands and thousands and thousands of testimonials that people that are customers and people that are in this business don't have a reason to lie. For what? Let me say something to you guys loud and clear. You know what you know. You've seen the results. You've felt the shift. You've heard the stories and the testimonial. No one gets to take that away from you because they're uncomfortable, they're uninformed, they're skeptical, or uneducated. And even a doctor that might say something that he knows nothing about it because he hasn't spent the time to do the research. Because this is what I know about doctors. They don't even research the pharmaceuticals that they prescribe to you. I know because I went through something with a doctor that just said, take this. And it really messed me up for about a year. They have pharmaceutical reps that aren't doctors walking into their offices and saying, this is what this drug does. This is who it's going to help. And they prescribe that drug. But they're going to be doctors, few, that say that this doesn't work. A lot that are inside the company that give this to their patients. I'm going to listen to the doctors inside the company that have researched it and that are referring this to their customers. And I'm not going to let anybody drop negativity into my mind. Because this is what I know. I'm not here to convince. I'm here to lead. You're not here to convince. You're here to lead. You are here to help as many people as you possibly can with this amazing gift from God, this amazing gift from David Schmidt that doesn't hurt a soul. And it helps so many people get their wellness back. And leaders, which we all are, you guys, don't get caught up in every opinion that gets thrown their way. Opinions are like you know what, and everyone has them. That doesn't mean they matter. So, how do you master the mind when the negativity shows up, right? That's what I want to teach you guys. And these are 5 tools that I use to manage my mind when that negativity tries to creep in, because it does. It's just human nature, but you got to learn how to control it. So I always anchor to my why. I reconnect to the mission. I reconnect to the reason why I started this, why it spoke to me. Why was I excited about it? Who am I doing this for? When I saw this product, I was like, I can help a lot of people. This is going to change a lot of lives. I was super into holistic health and not taking chemicals and putting things into my bodies from Vitamin World or GNC or all these products that I have no idea 90% of the ingredients that are in the bottle and they're just on the market. And what that does for me in that moment is that emotion creates resilience in me. Because if I hear negativity, of course, I'm going to think, yeah, could it? Should it? And then I go back to, these people don't have any idea what they're talking about. 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 people should not be able to take me off of what I believe when there's thousands of people that this product is helping. The other thing is you have to control your input. Negativity often gains ground because we feed it. We feed it through scrolling, gossip. You got to protect your peace. You got to fill your mind with the correct information. There's a lot of false information. This product has a patent that's gone through clinical studies. There's thousands of people that have had major transformations. There's books, there's mentors, environments that will lift your vibration. That's what you have to surround yourself with. I mean, if you believe in negative people, that's because you're hanging out with them too much and you don't have your own belief system. And then number 3, you got to speak your truth aloud. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm speaking my truth to you guys. You got to say it aloud. I know what I've seen. I know what this has done for me. I know what I'm building. You can't let your silence become an agreement with the other people's doubt. You just can't. And then you got to flip the narrative. That's what I always do. When someone says, this sounds crazy, responds with, crazy made Uber. Crazy built Amazon. Crazy built Apple. Crazy changes lives. I'll take crazy every single day. That's what I always say to myself. People thought Elon Musk was crazy. When he started talking about going to Mars, now it's like a real thing. Like that's going to happen probably in our lifetime. That's crazy. Or is it? And then you got to find your tribe. You got to find your people. You got to get around people who believe, people who dream at your level or higher, because proximity is power. You got to hang out with the right people. For me, if I see, feel, taste negativity, I'm running. I don't have time for it. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to see it. I don't need it in my life. And this group is a great group of people to hang out with, like-minded individuals. There's someone negative in the group, call them out. I don't hang out with negative people. So let's talk about challenges. All right. Because they are not a sign to quit. Most people do quit at challenges because it's tough, it's uncomfortable, it's hard. I don't want to go through that. But challenges are a sign to level up. I want to get real about something else, you guys. Challenges are not punishment. What challenges are preparation for you to get better so that that challenge goes away. But this is the thing about challenges. They're always going to get bigger. You think being on top is easier? It's not. The challenges are harder. But you know, the wealthiest people in the world get paid to solve problems. But what I like to call problems are challenges because problems are negative. All problems are just challenges that need to be figured out. And so all it is a preparation. I'm not there yet to solve this challenge, so I'm going to figure it out. It's not a punishment, it's just preparation. And every challenge is a test of your next level. What are you willing to do to go to the next level? The person who ghosted you, it's not a rejection. We always think, oh, I'm being rejected. It's all about me. They don't want to talk to me. All rejection is redirection. Now, redirection mean I need to talk to somebody else, somebody different. Maybe they're not meant for this business. Redirection could be I need to talk about the business differently. I need to go about it differently. I need to get into the conversation differently. That's all rejection is. It's not about you. It's about you leveling up. It's about you changing. What about that slow month? That's not failure. Everyone looks at that as failure. I didn't do well that month. It's not failure, you guys. It's feedback. What did you not do right that month? I don't believe in failure. To me, it's always feedback. What can I do to get better? What about that skeptic that doubted you? For me, when I have someone doubt me, it's not a block, it's a mirror for my belief. When someone is skeptic and is challenging or testing me, it's not a block to me. I just like, you know what? I need to look in the mirror. What's my belief? Maybe I didn't deliver it well enough. Maybe I was not believable enough. Maybe I was not convicted enough. Maybe I'm not convinced enough. And this is the truth, you guys. You don't grow despite challenges. You grow because of them. All growth comes because of challenges. If it was easy, every single person in the world would be in the 1-3%. But that's why the top is very lonely. And I believe every single person on this call can be at the top. It's a massive open space, you guys. It's just waiting on you to go. I'm going. I know some other people are going. I want you to come with me because they say it's lonely at the top. I like people. I don't want to be alone. I want to be with a bunch of people. And I believe what we're building and what we're doing and on this journey together, I believe we're going to do something that's never, ever been done in history and in life before. And if we want to build a life of freedom, a life of income, and a life of impact, you got to get gritty. I want you guys to put in the chat some people that you know that have grit. Like no matter what, they get up and they go and you go and you go and they go. Like who do you know in your life that have grit? Name some people. Maybe it's some famous people. Yo, I like that. Yosario, that's good. Who else? Good. Yo's good. I like it. Anybody else? I like it. Achieve your empire. Great. Steve, Gina, nice. Rochelle, good. Very good. I'm gonna name somebody that you guys some might like and some might not like. But someone I think of that has grit is Donald Trump. Love him, hate him, whatever. That guy has been tried to take down by so many people, and he does not care. And it's not politics. It's just a human being that you've seen to try to take somebody down, right? I'm not a fan, but when I think of somebody with grit, somebody that's been trying to take down so many times in their life, and it just keeps coming back and keeps sticking with it, that's grit. Love him, hate him. I'm not a fan, but that guy has grit. And when I think of grit, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go and I'm going to go and I'm going to go. And you got to be coachable, you guys. And above all, you got to see adversity as an asset. Other people that I've seen with grit, Steve Jobs, that guy got fired 3 times from his own company. Michael Jordan was relentless when it came to winning. Kobe Bryant, those guys have grit. They lose, they come back, they win. They lose, they come back, they win. So you have to be gritty. All of us have lost a lot of times, you guys. I've lost a million times in my life. It's about getting back up and going. So I want to give you guys some strategies to turn challenges into growth. Yeah, Jesus is the best example. Great example. Talk about a man with grit. So, how do we turn challenges into growth? How do we practically turn all these challenges into fuel? One of the things that I do is I name it to tame it. It's just a little saying I have. Because I like to tame challenges. I like to make them a little bit easier. When you're facing a challenge, get specific. Don't just say I'm overwhelmed. Say I'm facing resistance because I'm growing. I'm facing this challenge because I'm growing. I'm facing this challenge because I'm learning. But then learn. When you label the emotion, it separates you from the actual struggle. And then if I'm learning or I'm growing, then what's the timetable? I'm going to be better next week, next month. Ask better questions instead of why is this happening to me? The victim question, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this teaching me? Who can help me navigate this? Who can help me get better? How is this preparing me for the next level? Then break it down. Big problems can paralyze us. So shrink them down. Ask yourself, what's one thing that I can do right now? Because small wins are going to lead to momentum, and momentum will kill fear. Most of us don't make any movement because of fear. And fear is the false evidence appearing real. It's all fake. Everything that you fear, 95% of the things you fear will never come to fruition, ever. Ever, ever, ever. And then document your bounce backs. Write them down. Write down the tough moments you've had in your life and that you've conquered them. Go down and write them down. What are the tough things you've been through? And you came out okay and you came out better. In the moment, you're like, why is this happening to me? And then down the road, it's like, oh my God, thank God that happened to me. I wouldn't be who I am right now if this didn't happen to me. It's proof that you've done it before. You could do it again. You're stronger, you're wiser, you're faster, you're better. And then mentor through it. We're all leaders. When you're going through something, share what you're learning while you're going through it. Because listen, leadership isn't about pretending everything is perfect. I can promise you I've made way, way, way more mistakes. And the people that like to point out the mistakes are the haters or the people that are never going to win, right? And that doesn't affect me. I would rather talk about all the mistakes that I've made in my life. I've not always been a perfect husband, a perfect father, a perfect friend, a perfect entrepreneur. Never. It's about showing other people how to walk through the fire with faith, grace, and grit. Because if I can help other people get through the fire faster with less pain, that's what this life is all about. So tonight, I want you guys to walk away with this, that the world doesn't need more people who play small to make other people comfortable. The world needs more people like you guys, like you leaders, people who rise, people who lead and show others that greatness does not require permission, that it requires a decision. You don't need permission to be great. You guys are already great. You showed up. That's 90% of the battle. You said, yes, I'm going to do this. Now it requires a decision every single day to become the better version of yourself every single day. So be unshakable in your truth, be unstoppable in your pursuit. That's why you did this, you guys. And be unbothered by all the noise, because there's going to be constant noise. I'm going to bring up analogies, and people are going to take the analogy and make it mean something else. That's just life. That's just people. Then they're going to make assumptions. If I do something on social media and they're going to make an assumption about something, I don't listen to noise. I teach to make people better because they'll doubt you. All the people that will doubt you. And then what's going to happen, you guys? I promise you this. You're going to have massive success. You're going to do something really, really special. And then they're going to ask you, how did you do it? That's what doubters always do. They're going to tell you it's not possible. This is impossible. There's no way you're going to make that happen. And then what's going to happen is they're going to call you one day and be like, how in the world did you do that? And you're going to say, I had grit, I believed in myself, and I knew exactly what I wanted to accomplish. And there was not going to be anybody, nobody that was going to do anything to take me off of the path of helping people and building something amazing. And that's what it takes, you guys. So, are there going to be challenges? Absolutely. Is there going to be negativity? Always. No matter what. It's never going to stop until now it reaches you. And you don't let it go any further. Because there's a power in a bunch of people having the same mindset and the same mentality. And that's why we want to do this call. Because if we can all have that same mindset, that same mentality, and all go in the same direction and understand each other and do this with love and really want to help people, our businesses are going to flourish beyond your even belief today. And that's what Carlos, Rochelle, myself are here to do, is to help you guys build a business and see something that maybe you don't see right now. And there's going to be challenges along the way. There's going to be negativity along the way. And I just want to give you guys the tool for that. So what I want to do now is I want to hear some of your challenges that you think in your way. And listen, I don't want you to think, oh, I don't want to do this now after this. Like, listen, this call, this 35 minutes that I talked to you guys tonight, I don't expect it to fix everything in your mind. And what I want to do now is anybody that has a challenge or something you're dealing with inside the business, I just want to help you overcome it and think about it differently. And if you're thinking it, I promise you there's other people on this call thinking the same thing. So let's help each other by sharing those things in our mind, and let's work through it together, because that's what this business is all about, right? It's not just about making money. It's about this community. It's about working together. It's about building something and growing together and helping one another. And when you share something on your heart, something that's bothering you, I promise you it's going to help somebody else. And if I'm helping you, it's indirectly helping a lot of other people. So anybody that wants to raise their hand and share a challenge that they're dealing with right now, I'd be happy to help you work through that. So, okay. Just go. Let me just make sure I can let you unmute, so I don't have to unmute you guys. Give me 1 second. Go ahead. You should have the permission to unmute. Wait, I think I lost you. Raise your hand again. She was like next to Margarita. Anybody? Is there any questions or anything in the chat, Lola?
Alguien está diciendo, me molesta cuando la gente
Somebody
dice, oh,
saying is, I get upset when somebody says, oh, it's multi-level.
Well, okay. So who said that? I mean, I would be interested why that upsets you.
that was Carlita.
Carolita.
Carlita, why does that upset you? Okay. You guys don't be shy. Come on, we can't be shy in this business. So I'll just elaborate on it. So you can't let anything, Yolanda, don't put your hand down. If that's a hand or a clap, I'm not sure. You can't let that upset you guys, because the most people have had a bad experience. When they have negativity, okay, they've had a bad experience with something, and they think that your opportunity or experience is the same as what they had before. And that's where the belief in you has to come out and be like, I always ask people, I'm like, so why are you so negative about network marketing? What is it that has you make that comment? So I always just fire back with a question to kind of understand, right? I don't want to say something, to them that's super positive until I understand what their basis is, right? So I always ask questions to understand. So why does you have that feeling? And then I go into saying, listen, I've been in the direct sales channel for a little while, and then I go into my feel, felt, found. I understand how you feel, because I felt the exact same way with my first company. I had a horrible experience. I didn't have a good leader. I didn't have a good product. It was just a horrible compensation plan. I felt like I got taken advantage of. But what I found is that
Ay,
I
está bien.
wasn't with the right person. I wasn't with the right company. I didn't have a product that had a patent on it. I didn't have a product that wasn't a Me Too product. My compensation plan wasn't extraordinary. I didn't have a product that was helping thousands of people with their wellness, right? So I just come back to them and say those things, and then, oh, it's a pyramid scheme. I'm like, oh, I know, when I first joined, I felt the same way. But what I found after researching is, the US government, the FTC, regulates it so heavily now that doesn't exist anymore. Let me talk to you about my experience now with what I have. And so when people say that, it's all about just addressing it and finding out why they feel that way, but then also having that conviction that I talked about and belief in what you do. Now, listen, you're not going to convince every single person that this is the best business in the world. Matter of fact, you have to be comfortable with about 10%. That's in all sales. Doesn't matter if you're selling mortgages, if you're selling houses, if you're selling cars, if you're selling insurance, it's about a 10% close rate that people are going to do this. Lewis.
¿Me oyen? ¿Me escuchan?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Bueno, yo soy de los que
Well, I'm
persisto
one
y
of
persisto y
those that
persisto.
persist
Realmente
and
este negocio me
persist
encanta.
and
Yo nunca he
persist.
tenido
I
un
truly
negocio, por
love this
eso
business.
quizás me ha
I've never had a
costado
business. Maybe
trabajo
that's why it's been hard for
emprender,
me at the beginning
pero
to be
cada
an
vez estoy más
entrepreneur,
convencido que estoy
but
en el
I'm
lugar
more and more
correcto, en
convinced
el
that I'm in
momento
the
perfecto
correct
y con las
place in the
personas
perfect
adecuadas.
moment and with the
Y que
correct
voy a
people.
insistir y que voy
And
a
I'm going
lograr
to
y que
insist
me
and
comprometo
persist
ante todo,
and I'm going to
ante todos
reach
los que
my
están
goals and
aquí,
I'm completely
que lo voy
committed
a
before
lograr y
everyone
que lo
who's
voy a
here
hacer
in
y que voy a
reaching
seguir
my
hacia adelante.
goals and
Eso es lo que
moving
quería decirle.
onward. That's what I wanted to share.
Thank you, Lewis. I love it. That's amazing. Yolanda. Thank you for
Hola,
sharing, Lewis.
yo ayer puse un
Well,
mensaje en
yesterday
varios grupos de
I
mujeres que
sent a
somos
message
aquí en
in
la
a
ciudad
few women groups
y
that I
puse
have in my
busco
city,
mujeres
and I wrote, I'm
comprometidas
searching for women who are
para
committed
trabajar desde
to
casa.
working from home.
Y recibí
And wow,
infinidad
I
de
received
mensajes
an
y cuando me dijeron de qué se trata,
endless
antes de
number of messages
mandarles
one
el
night.
link,
When they asked me what it
ya
was
les
about,
mandé mi
before sending
mensajito,
the
mi
link, I
speech
sent them my message,
de lo que se
my
trataba,
speech of
de
what
la
it was about,
tecnología y
of the
todo.
technology and
Y bueno,
everything.
de esas,
And well, out
no
of
sé,
those
25 personas que
25
me llamaron,
people who
solamente
called
entraron
me,
5
only
personas
5 people enrolled
al Zoom.
into the
Y
Zoom
después del
meeting.
Zoom,
And
yo
after the
solicité
Zoom
la
meeting,
retro
I
para ver
asked
qué
for
más les había
feedback
gustado
to see
del
what
Zoom.
they
Y de
most
esas 5
liked out of that
personas
Zoom.
ya
And
no
out of
me
those five
contestó
people,
nadie.
nobody
Yo es la
answered.
primera vez que
This
hago
is the
este
first
tipo de
time that I
negocio,
do this
de
type of
emprendimiento.
business,
Y
of
bueno, sí me estoy
entrepreneurship,
enfrentando
and I
a
am
varios retos.
facing a lot of challenges.
So, Yolanda, how long have you been doing it?
Voy a cumplir
I'm
un
going
mes.
to be a month in the business.
Okay. So let me ask you something, Yolanda, and see, this is typical, and I'm asking this from a nice way. Have you ever skied in your life?
No.
No,
Okay. Do you think that if you got on skis after a month, you would be a really good skier?
No, no,
no,
definitivamente no.
definitely no.
Yo sé que todos
I
los
So,
know
so
that
días,
being that this is your
every day.
first time in the business and the way that you presented the business and the way that you talk to people, like it's going to take a little time, Yolanda, for you to be good. Most people never get good at anything because they never spend enough time to get good at it and perfect it. And so the fact that you did what you did yesterday is a first step. And then what you need to do is just keep doing it because you're going to get better and better and better and better and better. Like I always give this analogy to people. Most people give up on something usually after a week or two of being in something. Okay. Can you imagine when we were 1 years old, if we gave up walking after the 5, 6, 20, 50, 70 times that we fall down when we're walking? What would have happened if we just said, you know what? I give up. I'm not going to try to walk anymore. And so the reason I give you that analogy, Yolanda, is I sucked at this the first month. I sucked at this the first 3 months because I was trying to figure out how do I talk about this? How do I get into conversation? I don't know enough about stem cells. I don't know enough about this patch. I don't know enough about this product yet. But all I did is like, you know what? I'm just going to keep watching videos. I'm going to keep talking about it. I'm going to keep getting conviction. I'm going to keep hearing people talk about their amazing testimonials. And then I'm going to get better at this business. So what I would say, Yolanda, with this challenge, even though those 5 people didn't react, it doesn't matter. Because what I want you to do in 3 months is I want you to follow up with these ladies and I want you to just see what they're doing. Don't follow up with them about the patch. Follow up with them about their life. And then when they ask you, are you still doing the patch thing? You're like, yes, I am. I love it so much. I've helped so many people. I'm doing so well in the business. It's the best thing I've ever done in my entire life. Because you planted a seed with them. It's okay. But the next time you follow up with them, don't follow up with them trying to sell them something. That's the mistake that we all make in this business is when we present something to someone, we follow up for one reason and one reason only, and that's to sell them something. So your intention with them, with these 5 ladies, was to sell them something. And they didn't buy. And so you see that as a failure. It's not a failure. They just weren't ready, and maybe you didn't present it well enough, and that's okay. But when you get more experience and you have the conversation, when we follow up with people, we got to make this a people business and not a sales business. And that's the mistake. And that's why direct sales sometimes, and I'm not saying you're doing that, but I just want everyone on here to know, like, if you're trying to sell people, people feel sold. So let's not sell people, right? Now, I would follow up again. Just because they didn't respond to you, Yolanda, doesn't mean they weren't busy. Doesn't mean that maybe 3 of the 5 ladies that didn't respond to you have stuff going on in their life and they got the text, they forgot to respond to you. That's the thing that we think. We want immediate results. We respond to somebody, we want them to respond to us immediately. If they don't respond to us immediately, they're not interested. Maybe just when you texted, it was a not convenient time for them. So I just want you to think about that, Yolanda. Like, you're a month in, keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going. This thing works, and the more people you talk to, the more luck you're going to have. It might take talking to 50 people before someone says yes, but it might take that long for you to get good about talking about it. But I promise you, if you stick with it, you're going to have massive success. I promise.
Sí, sí, nada más para concluir.
Yes,
Yo
only
desde el
to
primer día que
conclude, from
entré,
the
la
first
verdad
day
es
that
que
I enrolled,
todos los días hago
truthfully,
algo y hago
every
algo
day I do
diferente.
something and
Y
I
lo que
do
les quería
something
comentar
different.
es eso,
And I
que a
wanted
pesar
to
de ser
say
mi
that
primera
even though
experiencia
it's my
en
first
este
experience in
emprendimiento, nunca
this
me he dado por
movement,
vencida y no
I've
me voy a
never
dar
given
por
up and
vencida
I will
hasta que
definitely
pase lo que
not give
pase.
up whatever I
Y
hear.
bueno, reforzando
Awesome.
ahorita
And
con lo que tú
well, I
nos
want to
acabas de decir,
reinforce
la
what you
verdad
just said to
que
us.
se reafirma todo lo que yo siento con
What
este
you just said to us
emprendimiento.
reinforces
Gracias.
everything that I feel with this. Thank you.
Awesome, Yolanda. Thank you. Margarita.
Bueno, aquí está mi reto.
Okay, well, here is my challenge.
Yo tengo el reto con
I have a
dar
challenge with
la visión
the
que yo tengo
vision
sobre
that
esta
I
compañía.
have
Yo
about
estoy
this company. I am
convencida,
completely
convencida. Yo
convinced,
llevo 6
completely
meses, nunca he hecho
convinced.
multinivel
I've been in the
tampoco,
company for 6
pero
months.
estoy
I've never
sumamente
worked
convencida
multi-level
que
either, but I
esto
am completely
me lo regaló el
convinced
universo para
that
cambiar
this
mi
is
vida.
a present
Y
from the
estoy
universe,
convencida
a gift from the universe
completamente
to change my
en
life.
el
And
producto.
I am completely convinced about the
Ya
product.
llegué a directora
I reached director
y una de
rank,
las cosas
and one of the things
que tengo un
that
reto grande es
is a
que
great
las
challenge for
personas que están
me
conmigo
is for the people who are with me
vean la visión que yo estoy
to
viendo. O
see
sea,
the
yo estoy
vision that I am seeing.
convencidísima.
I'm
O sea, a mí me ha
completely
cambiado la vida
convinced. It
esto
has
tanto
completely changed my life
que
so much
quiero cambiar la vida de
that I want to
muchísima
change
gente.
everybody's life
Yo
too.
soy estilista, no soy una
I'm
persona
a stylist,
que tenga problemas
hairstylist.
económicos,
I'm not a
pero
person with
los que
financial
trabajamos en
issues,
negocios sabemos
but
que
the
hay
ones who work in
bajas
businesses, we
y
know
altas
that there are lows
y
and
esto me está
highs,
ayudando
and this is
a que
helping
cuando hay
me
estas bajas,
for when they
en
have I
lugar de
have the
ponerme
lows,
como antes
instead of
a
doing
llorar
what I
en un
used to
rincón,
do,
a
which
ver
was cry in a
que no hay ya
corner
clientes, que cómo
or
hacer, cómo iba a
just
mantener mi
look around and
familia, cómo iba a
see
seguir adelante,
how my store was
ahora
empty,
no.
clients weren't
Ahora
coming.
inclusive
What
me
was I
da
going to
alegría
do? How
porque
was I
digo,
going to support
hoy
my
voy a
family?
entrar y
Now
voy
it
a
doesn't
entregar
happen. It
y miro
makes
a
me happy
todos
because
los
I'm like, I'm
entrenamientos
going to go to
porque
a training and
quiero
I go to
aprender
all the
y
trainings because
quiero
I want to
dar
learn
esta visión a
and
mi
I want to
equipo.
give this
Tengo
vision to my team.
casualmente en mi grupo somos
I
casi
have
como
coincidentally in my team
68
around
personas
68 people.
y hoy mismo
And
dije
today
Amazing.
I said
en un mensaje,
in a
gracias,
message,
en un
thank you,
mensaje,
in a
porque no todos
message,
están
because not
comprometidos,
all of
pero en un
them
mensaje
are
dije
committed,
que
but in a
quien
message,
no quisiera hacer
I
negocio,
wrote the following message.
quien
Whoever
no
doesn't want to work
estuviera
the business,
comprometido como yo
who
lo
isn't
estoy, y
committed
como
the
yo lo
way
estoy,
I
porque
am
hay personas
committed,
que a veces se
because there are
cansan
people
de
that
tantas
sometimes they get
publicaciones que
tired of
pongo para que vayan
all
aprendiendo,
everything that
pues
I
dije que se
post for them
salieran,
to learn. I told
porque me
them,
quiero
you can
enfocar en las
leave
personas que sí
the
están
chat
comprometidas.
because I want to focus on the people who are committed.
Pero quiero darles esa
But I
visión, o
also
sea,
want to give them that
tengo tantas
vision. I
ganas
have
de
so
que
much
vean lo que realmente
eagerness
trae esta
for them
compañía,
to
porque de
see what
verdad
this
que yo
company has to offer because I
la
truly
siento
feel
que
this.
viene
I
directa de
feel
Dios,
that it
o
comes
sea, la siento
directly
así.
from God. That's how I feel it.
I agree. And someone just said, I believe it's something good to let everyone know to not keep it for you. Like, don't keep it a secret, right? I mean, like when I saw what this patch did, like you, Margarita, it became my social responsibility to share this with as many people as I possibly could. Like, that's the mentality that you have to have is like, people need to know about this patch. You have no idea who this could help. Like, I mean, I told you I was on a call before this, and there was a gentleman with Parkinson's that was sitting in a meeting. I was doing a presentation, and he was like, I'm here because I literally was in a wheelchair. And after putting this patch on, I'm walking. Like, I'm not shaking. Like, like to me, like that one story is enough for me to like go on for the rest of my life, to be able to help humanity. And people are afraid to talk about it because they're going to judge you of like, oh, that doesn't work. Like that's why I did this teaching tonight, because that cannot be in the way, because you never have no idea someone that puts this patch on and their life changes forever and ever, and it was because of you. And like for me, like I've always wanted to impact the world in a big way, and now I have a tool. Now I have a device that when someone complains about a problem, I can say, hey, just try this, and their life changes. Even if it's pain, even if it's sleep, even if it's, not getting inflammation out of their body or diabetes or their heart or whatever it is, like their life changes. Autism, kids with eating that can't eat. I mean, there's just so many things that this thing does. Like it's our social responsibility now that we have this in our hands to share this with the world. So, Margarita, God bless you. That is amazing. I love that you have that passion. Thank you so much. Celine.
Amén.
Amen.
Aquí estoy.
Here I am.
Bueno, pues yo
Well,
quería
okay,
compartir
what I wanted to
que
share
tampoco yo estaba
is
en
that
multinivel.
I
Si bien
haven't
estuve en
worked
una
multi-level
empresa
either before.
parecida,
I was in
pero
a company that
no
was similar,
tanto era como
but
para
it
negocios,
really
sino para
wasn't for
salud.
business. It was just
Sí
for health.
estuve en una empresa
And
de
I
ramo
was in a company
funeral
of the
y
funeral
un mentor a
industry,
mí me dijo,
and a mentor
tú vas a
there
la
said
calle
to
y el
me,
100 no, el 101 te va a
you
decir que
go
sí.
to the
Y
street
me
to talk
puso
to
un
people,
reto
and out of
impresionante
100,
y lo
101 are going to
logré.
say no. And he gave
Y
me
lejos de
a very
sentirme
strong
feliz
challenge,
por lo que él me
and
había dicho, me sentí
I
feliz
actually reached that
por lo que yo
challenge,
había logrado.
and I
Y
complied
ahí
with it.
entendí
And I wasn't
que
happy
toda la
because of
gente está
telling
en un
him that I
modo
had made
no,
it. I was happy for myself because I
pero
did it.
tú
That's where I
tienes
understand that I was in
cuando
the
tú pruebas
no
esto
mode. So
y sientes
when you
cómo
try
te
this,
va
and when you
cambiando la
feel
salud,
how this is changing
y
your
no
health,
solo la salud física,
not
sino
only your
la
physical
emocional,
health, but your emotional
porque
health
esto te cambia
also,
todo.
because this changes
Entonces
everything.
tú tienes el deber
That's
y
when you
tienes
have
la
the
dicha de compartir con
responsibility
todas las personas que
to
están
be
a tu
able to share
alrededor,
this with everyone
inclusive
who
con
is
las personas
around
que ni
you.
siquiera has
Also with people
hablado.
that you haven't
Y
even
sabes
spoken
que te
to.
van a decir
And
que no,
you
pero
know
tu
that they're going to
responsabilidad
say no,
como
but your
persona
responsibility as a human
es
being
que tú les digas
is for
lo que tú
you
estás haciendo.
to
Y en algún
share
momento de la
what you're
vida,
doing.
esa
And at
semillita que
some
tú
point
estás
in life,
sembrando
that little
va a
seed
florecer.
that you are
Entonces yo me
cultivating
siento
is
muy
going to
bendecida
grow.
por haber
So I
llegado
feel very
a
blessed
este lugar.
for having
Y yo
reached
a
to
Dios le
this
pedí
place.
que me diera
And
una
I
bendición.
asked God to give me a
Y yo vi
blessing.
un post
And I
de un
saw a
amigo
post of a friend,
y dije,
and I
está bien,
said,
lo voy a hacer.
okay, I'm
Y no
going
lo
to
pensé
try it.
muchísimo. Solo le
I
dije,
didn't
está
think
bien,
about
lo
it
voy a
too
hacer
much.
para
I
esta
just said,
fecha.
it's
Y ahorita
okay.
estoy
I'm going
acá
to start in this
y
date, and now I'm
comparto
here,
esta alegría
and
con
I'm sharing
ustedes y
this
comparto
joy with
que
you.
vayan por 100
And
no y que
I'm
tengan la
telling you, go
seguridad
for a
que la
100
gente que
no's,
está en el
but be
proceso
sure that the
adecuado
people who are in the
les va a
correct
decir sí.
process are going to say
Y esa
yes.
gente va a
And
ayudar
those
a
people
más gente y a
are
más
going to
gente
help
y esta
more
es una
people and
cadena de
more
favores,
people.
como
And
una
this is
compañía
like a
de
chain of
derechos
favors,
dice.
like a
Y
friend
eso es
from
lo
our
que yo
group
les quería
says.
compartir
And
a
that is what
ustedes.
I wanted to share with you.
Well said, Celine. Well said. Thank you. Anna.
Hola, ¿cómo están?
Hi, how are you?
Hello, bien.
Mira, me escuchaba Margarita y
Look, I was
decía, ¿no?
hearing
Que yo quiero
Margarita,
también de que la
and I
gente
was
mire la
thinking the
visión, que
same
mi
thing. I
equipo
want
mire la
people to
visión,
see
que
the vision.
entiendan que
I
esto
want
es
my
una,
team to see the
es algo
vision.
tan
I want them
maravilloso
to
y yo me
understand that
siento
this is
como
something
igual, yo
so
me quedé
amazing.
comprometida
And
con
I
la
feel just like
gente,
Jay said, committed
con
with
el
the
mundo entero,
people,
en que ellos se
committed
den
with the
cuenta de la
whole world for
existencia de
them to
Lifewave.
realize that X39
Quiero
exists.
contarles
I want to
rapidito
let
porque
you
no hay
know
testimonios, pero
quickly
algo que a mí
about
me está
my
motivando mucho
testimonial, which is
más es
what
que
is
la gente me
motivating me
cuente lo que está pasando con
more.
su vida,
When people tell
la
me
gente
what's
que está
going on
usando
with
el
their
parche,
lives,
qué es lo
people
que
who are
está
using
pasando
the
con
patch,
ellos, y
what's
eso es lo que
going
a mí me
on with them.
importa
And
todos
that
los
is
días,
what
a mí
motivates
darle
me
por
every
vencida.
day to
Y es
never
lo que
give
les
up.
digo al equipo, les
And
digo,
that's
yo
what I
no doy por
say to
vencido,
the
no
team. I
importa que
say,
la
I never
gente me
give up,
diga que no sirve, que la
regardless of
gente
what
me diga que no
people do.
hacen nada, que la gente diga
If
que no
they
sirven
say
para
that they
nada,
don't do
porque
anything,
yo
that that they don't feel anything, I don't mind because I know what the patches are doing in my life, in my mom's life, who has a surgery on her knee next week. Last year, she was not able to have the surgery because her heart had a cardiac arrhythmia, which I thought that was going to take her away from me. When my mom started getting really bad, in that moment, the patches crossed my life. I started using them, and I sent them to my mom, and now I have her here by my side. Months after, we had 3 heart tests done on her. Last week was the last cardiac test, and in those 3 tests, my mom's heart was normal. The day that the doctor said to me that the echocardiogram, that the heart was a normal size, that her blood was flowing normally, that her heartbeat was normal when last year my mom had 180. She was close to a heart attack.
Wow. That's
Entonces,
amazing.
la doctora me dijo, yo le
So
dije,
the day that the
"Doctora, no me
doctor
has dado
said
los
that to
resultados
me,
del
I said, Doctor, you
ecocardiograma."
didn't give me the results
Me
of the
dijo, "Tu mamá
echocardiogram. And
tiene
she said,
los 3 exámenes del
your mom
corazón,
has had the 3
están
heart tests
todos
done,
totalmente
and they are
bien.
all
Está lista para hacerle su
completely
trasplante de rodilla,
okay. She's
porque
ready
fue lo
for
que
her
el año
knee
pasado no se le
transplant
pudo
because
hacer."
that's what we
Entonces,
couldn't
los
do
2 semanas
last
de
year.
hacer sus trasplantes de rodilla, estoy
So the next
confiando en el
week, we're going
Señor
to have her knee
nuevamente que los patches
transplant.
van a hacer
I
también un
trust in God
milagro, que
again
ella
that the patches
recupere
are going
de
to
esa
do that
cirugía,
miracle for her
porque
to
ya su
recover from that
corazón
surgery because
prácticamente
her
está
heart
bien.
is
Entonces,
practically fine
todo
now.
eso a mí me
So
llena de
all this is
emoción.
something that fills
Le
me
pido a
with
Dios que la
excitement.
gente abra
And
su
I ask
mente, que
God
abra
for
la
people to open up their
oportunidad de
minds,
ver,
to
de que
open up
tengan
to
la
the
visión, la
opportunity
gente de los
of
que estamos
seeing,
aquí, no nos
of
demos
having
por
the
vencidos
vision of all of
nunca,
us who are
sigamos
here to
nadando.
never give
Si la
up,
gente
to
dice no,
continue
ustedes
talking
sigan,
about it. If people
sigamos,
say no,
posteen en sus redes.
continue posting on your social media.
Hay que llegar
Awesome,
a donde
awesome, Anna.
¿Quieres que hagas así como tacos, como los de ayer?
Thank you, Anna. You're awesome. All right, guys, it's 7 o'clock. I have to let my interpreter go. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your inspiration tonight with us and sharing your stories. Listen, I just want you guys to know that what I talked about tonight is something that is true inside of me. And I want to give you guys that gift. And I want you guys to have this gift because I believe every single person that is on this call that showed up here tonight, you know, God gave me this message to give to you guys because I truly, truly believe that we are a part of something that has never been seen before. I believe this every single day that I wake up out of my bed. Every word that I speak is true. And I'm just so happy to be on this journey with you guys and have the privilege of your time, this precious commodity to be able to spend time with you guys. And I want to help every single person here be successful, but I want to help every single person here be able to help other human beings on this planet. And like, you know, I've done a lot of things in my life, but I've never felt so called to be able to have something that can help so many other people. And I want you guys to see it. And I want you guys just to keep the fight going. Whatever happens, whatever rejection you get, just keep going and have that conviction. And the right people will listen. And then when the right people listen, your business is going to take off and you're going to be able to help a lot more people. So thank you guys so much for showing up tonight. Thank you to the ones that I see on here every single week, because this is what it's going to take to win and be successful in life. And again, you know, we like to talk about the business, but we also want to help you as a human being. And all the stuff that I talked about tonight, you know, about the business, I also want you to take this. I want you to rewatch it. And I want you to apply it to your personal life. I want you to apply it to the things in your life that you believe in. If it's your religion, if it's whatever that you hold on to that drives you in your life, I want you to lead your life with that passion, that conviction, and don't let negativity creep into your life. Don't let the challenges keep you down. Okay? There's no such thing as a challenge. All challenges are a gift. And I love every single one of you. I hope to see all of you very soon. I hope that I can meet all of you in person. I hate the Zoom world. I wish we had a world that I could teleport into all your towns and spend time with you guys. Thank you guys so much for everything you do. And I hope to see you guys all very, very soon.